Hey there, how's it going, Forex traders? It's BFX, and I want to welcome you guys to another new week. Guys, I just have a strong feeling that this week is going to be profitable, right? So if you've been following me for a while now, I've been coming on here to drop trade breakdown for you guys, and this week I'm going to be doing a analysis or a breakdown for all of these pairs on my watch list. As you can see, from USD CAD, which is my base currency pair, to CHF JPY, to GBP JPY, to BTC, to gold. So those are the pairs we are going to look at today. So let's go straight into the chart and let's figure this shit out, right? Now let's start with USD CAD. Now from USD CAD, right? First things first, what I like to do is to go to the weekly time frame, right? Of course, this is a new week, so we have to look at what the last week candle closed with for us to be able to have a hint of what of what price is going to do this week. Now looking at my chart here, sweet and nice. We had a break above this range, we have a breakout, and this is a retest. And to be honest, price is supposed to bounce off of this zone on USD CAD. Now if you take your Fibonacci from swing low here to swing high, you agree with me that we're in the golden zone now. Apart from being in the golden zone, we are at the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder right here, so we are clear to the upside. USD CAD is supposed to pump at least USD CAD is supposed to pump at least, let's just say, 800 pips. So I'm anticipating, let me just drop it at this point here, because this is a week, so let's just drop it here. So we're anticipating USD CAD to push all through around 750 pip. Yes, 750 pip, as you can see on my chart. 750 pip, or let's just say 780 pip movement to the upside. So that is that for USD CAD. Now what do you want to do? Of course, you want to wait for price to give you some confirmation on your lower time frame for you to be able to buy this market all the way back to the upside. Now it's going to take some weeks actually. So the next week, for this week that we are about to, or we are in right now, the first level target for you should be this high here. The high of last week, the previous high of last week, should be your first level target. And then once price clears that level and sustains above it, you should be gunning all the way to 1.45, which is right above this region, for your next entry. That's that about USD CAD. Let's go straight to CHF JPY. Now CHF JPY has been a pair that has been in a very nice movement to the upside. I don't even know why I have not been looking at this pair, but this pair has been moving very nicely, because if you look at this pair, we have been on a sweet uptrend. Like, there is no range, no much range. Price has just been buying, but you can see this kind of market condition is so easy to trade. I mean, look at how price has just been moving all the way to the upside. No range. It's just of recent that we came into a range at this point, which is here. We just came into a range which is here, and to be very honest, right, I'm expecting price to pull back into this resistance level, which is here, and sell off. But if you break above this resistance level, then we should be looking for buyers all the way to the upside, because the CHF, which is the Swiss francs, is a very strong currency pair. Yeah, it's a very strong currency pair. Now let's get down to our daily time frame and see what is going on in the daily time frame. Now from our daily perspective, right, you guys will agree with me that we have a bullish engulfing candlestick. I've done my analysis already, so I'm just coming to give you guys a quick breakdown. So we have a bullish engulfing candlestick bouncing off this support level, which is here, bouncing off this support, or would say this key level, whatever I want to put it. It is a support level for me. Of course, it acted as resistance around here and then acted as support. So you can see that price has bounced off from that level. Now ideally, because of this bullish engulfing candle, because of this volume that happened on Friday, we should be expecting that CHF should buy against the JPY at least to this high right here. So what do you want to do? You want to scale down to your lower time frame and then wait for price to clear this trend line here, or whatever strategy you are using. So you should just have it at the back of your mind that the CHF is supposed to pump against the JPY in the coming week. All right, so that is that about CHF JPY. Now let's go to GBP JPY. Now on GBP JPY, actually GBP JPY also has the same thing. On my last video, guys, I spoke about GBP JPY at the time. GBP JPY was at below this range, and I told you guys that we are reacting from a weekly support level. Now I dropped a trade breakdown on this GBP JPY, right, and I said that we are reacting from a weekly support level, and you can see that after we reacted from that support level on the weekly, or let's say from the daily or higher time frame support, we had price pulling all the way up. And apart from that, this is looking to me like a flag pattern. This is looking like a flag pattern, and to be honest, I'm expecting price to blast out like so. This is what I'm anticipating, to be honest. So but for us to blast out, we have to clear all these obstacles. You see, we have one obstacle here, we have another obstacle here. So for us to blast out, we have to clear these two levels, this and also this. So that is that about GBP JPY. So I see no reason why I should be selling GBP JPY, except we find a resistance around this level, which is here. That is when we should be shorting GBP JPY. But if we keep printing bullish candles all the way to this level, then there's no reason why we should be selling GBP JPY in it. So if you scale down to your 4-hour time frame, to your 4-hour, let me go just to the 4 hours. This is just higher time frame perspective. What should we be anticipating? I should pay price to pull back a bit, and then boom, we should buy all the way to this support level, which is to this resistance level, which is here. And if you break above that level and sustain above it, we'll be anticipating price to come all the way to this level. So that's that about GBP JPY. And therefore BTC, now BTC initially dropped to 74k thereabouts, and BTC is actually trying to buy back to the upside. Now if you go to your weekly time frame, let me go, sorry for that, I just changed it. So if you go to the weekly time frame, right, price has cleared the trend line that was initially selling Bitcoin all the way to the downside, and it is giving us a buy signal all the way to the upside. Now if I'm coming, let it just load so that we'll go into details. I want this thing to be quick. It's taking my time, it's wasting my time, man. Guys, I will need to reload this trading view again because it's delaying to load. So let's just be patient a bit and see what trading view load. All right. Sorry about this. The network, I feel like the network is actually not stable, so and that's why we're having this. Okay, so we are back. So let's go to Bitcoin. Now on Bitcoin, right, like I said, Bitcoin was selling, and then we have price changing trend to the upside. Now if you go to your monthly time frame, you will agree with me that from the monthly time frame, Bitcoin has changed the downtrend, and you can see what happened here. April was so bullish for Bitcoin, and I can tell you for free that if April closes with this good bullish candle, we will be longing the market all the way to this to $140,000 per Bitcoin. So we should be expecting to see Bitcoin at $140,000 per BTC, right? Because price has given us a confirmation that Bitcoin is very much bullish, and you can see when price tapped into our golden zone, which is here, we had a rejection to the upside, and you can see where our fib extension is lying, just at 140,000. So Bitcoin is gunning for $140,000 per coin, and it's going to be very crazy. I think Bitcoin has never been in this situation before, but it's going to be very, very crazy. So I see no reason why I should be looking to sell Bitcoin actually. So if you scale down to our daily time frame, let's go to the daily time frame and see what's going on the daily time frame. Let's see what's going on the daily time frame. Now on our daily time frame here, you can see we have strong bullish push out. We have this big W pattern. Now to be very honest and to be very, very realistic, I am anticipating Bitcoin to sell at least into this level before we buy, at least into this level, because this is the neckline of the W pattern from the daily time frame, and we should be expecting something like this, to be very honest. Now Bitcoin might choose to keep buying, that's his business, but to be honest, I will be expecting Bitcoin to sell at least into the support level for us to gather more momentum to buy. So if you want to be looking for sales this new week on BTC, you would not totally be wrong, but the only thing is the sell is going to be a risky sell, because to be honest, you can see these two candles here, they are not joking, right? There is a lot of volume on BTC, so we should be expecting more push to the upside on Bitcoin. Now what I was talking about, the trend line, let me just draw it for you guys so you can see what I was referring to. So you can see this was the last touch we had on this whole downtrend, and boom, all the way to the downside, which is this, all the way to the downside. You can see we had a breakout, retest, and all the way here. Now it is only normal that Bitcoin should crash at least to around 88k, yes, around 88k, before we pull all the way to $108,000 per coin. And if we clear $108,000 per coin, we should be anticipating $140,000 per Bitcoin, right? So that would be a good and nice season for the Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is really looking promising. You can see this is a W pattern, a big W pattern that just formed right here, and we are expecting that price is going to pull all the way to the upside. So that's a good one for Bitcoin. And let's go for gold. I think most of the pairs are actually bullish, because you can see that all the analysis I've been doing, they are all just telling us that bullish, from GBPC, from USD card bullish, from CHF JPY bullish, from GBP JPY bullish, from BTC also bullish, and then gold also is obviously bullish. Yes, even though last week I was able to catch some sell on gold, but gold is actually bullish on the long run. Gold is very, very much bullish. All right, let me see what last week closed on gold. Let's see the candle that closed last week, what the candle of last week is signifying on gold, so that we will be able to make our prediction for the new week. Now last week, yep, let me just take this, right, last week gold closed with a doji candle. Yes, last week gold closed with a long doji candle, which is crazy, right? Now to be honest, right, I feel like gold wants to give us a sell movement this week. So what is going to happen is this: if you want to be shorting gold, right, your first target should be this low here, and then maybe later on you want to use this point. But to be very honest, right, gold is giving us a very strong sell. This doji candle here signifies indecision. Now the doji candle signifying indecision does not mean that price cannot still overshadow it. It depends on the volume of buyers in the market, right? But from what we are seeing here, last week price closed with the indecision, which means the sellers are trying to come into the market and sell BTC back to the downside. So even if you're going to sell, I don't feel like BTC is going to sell for a very long time, because I mean, looking at the geopolitical events that's happening in the world right now, the wars and all this stuff, it is only normal that Bitcoin should gold should rise, right, for a safe haven. So this indecision candle here, we'll be watching gold closely. If we sell, of course my TP was this low here. As you can see, my TP is this low here, so I'm expecting price to still pull all the way down here. If we sell all the way there, fine. If we break below it, then we should be expecting gold to go for a long retracement, of course, because from 2025 we have been on a strong bullish trend all the way to the upside. So if we retrace, it's only normal for us to retrace, because the market cannot just be moving on a straight line. That is not how market actually works. So that is that about the breakdown for the coming week. Of course, I break down all the pairs for these are the pairs I'm looking at for this new week, or let's say the pairs I'm trading. So I've done justice to these pairs, and do well to like and share, subscribe, for you not to miss educative content like this, right? So whatever analysis we have done here, go onto your chart and then use them to make money for yourself. Peace out to you guys. BFX here.